Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. This is the Temple Municipal Court, and I do want to make some announcements. And I also need to clarify some of the parties that are here. If you have access to your computer and you're able to change the name on your of your person, if you're labeled iPhone 1, iPhone 2, I'm really not going to know who you are. And I need to identify everybody before we move forward. So if you're able to, if you know how to do that, the way that you do that is you actually go to the right corner of your personal screen, and there'll be a little 3-dot button. And if you go drop that down, that's a menu, and it'll say rename. And you can rename yourself by clicking on the rename and typing in the name of the person who has a case here. If you are on somebody else's device and it's their name, it would help me greatly to do that, because we're going to hit a pretty hard delay this morning while I try to figure out who is who. But good morning. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time to maybe see if you can do that. And while you do that, I'll give some announcements and utilize the time effectively. So what I do want to let you know is that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under Texas law for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. And if you give a plea, you're giving an answer or a response to that citation, to that ticket. And when you do that, there are 3 options for entering that kind of plea. We call that a plea. And a plea is your answer to the accusation. There are 3 options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If you plead guilty, you are admitting the offense. You're saying, I did this. If you plead not guilty, you're contesting the charge, which we all have the right to do. We each have a right, actually, to have a jury hear our case and make a decision as to whether or not we're guilty. And if you plead not guilty, then we're going to move that case toward trial. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment. If you plead no contest, you're allowing the court to move forward with your case without admitting or denying the case. So if you plead guilty or you plead no contest, I'm going to move forward with sentencing today. There are options at that point, but the general rule is that if you plead guilty or no contest, we move into sentencing. And sentencing is normally payment of fines and costs, having it go on your record. There are still ways to keep the item off of your record at that point, and we do that right up front. We don't address that after the fact. We do that up front, and there are still ways to gain a dismissal. Really, there are actually 5 ways. So one is if you have something that is qualified for a dismissal through what we call a compliance dismissal, the law has to specify that that is an option. In other words, the law will say it's an offense to do this thing, but you can have your case dismissed if you do following things. One example of that would be if you had a registration ticket and your registration was out, and then you go over to the Department of Motor Vehicles and register your vehicle, and you come to court on time, and you've paid a penalty fee over at the registrar's office, and we look at that paperwork and say, okay, we can do that dismissal, and then you pay a $20 dismissal fee. So that's one example. I'm not going to give, there are about 13 of those, and I'm not going to give each one. But what I'm going to tell you is, of course, you're welcome to ask about it, but if it's something that qualifies for that dismissal option, I will actually walk through that and start trying to see if we can get you there. And I'll do that even if you don't know the right question, okay? So I will walk you through that type of dismissal. automatically without request. The second option for a dismissal would be if you are able to gain a dismissal through a driver safety course. Driving safety courses are approved by Texas law. Again, it's a statute, a law that allows that to happen. And it doesn't mean that you did or didn't commit the violation on a plea of guilty or no contest. If you are qualified to be in that program, you can use that option. Now, I will automatically look and see if you're qualified for that program. You're, of course, welcome to ask about it. I won't wait for that question. It is eligible for moving violations, precisely because those are the most dangerous, and also those do have an impact on our driving record. So I'll look for that, okay? You have to meet the qualifications. And if you qualify to be in that program, then the next step is to complete it successfully to gain the dismissal. One of the better sides of the driving safety option is that you get a better driver, of course, and that actually really is the purpose of the law. But probably the one people notice the most is you pay less for that ticket. So let me give you a little history here. Tickets in Texas are Class C offenses, and each one has a fine and a cost associated with that ticket. The fine is set by the judge, okay? The cost is set by the state of Texas. So if you can imagine, I can control this one, but not this one, okay? So this one gets paid, and this one, I just put it on hold, okay? And if you do the class and the course, and you turn it in on time, I dismiss the ticket, and this fine over here that I put on hold, I waive it, okay? Yes, you do spend money getting the course done, and you do spend money on the driving record, but even the maximum that I found out there in the world for paying for those things, paying for those two things plus your court costs will be less expensive than the actual cost of the ticket, and it will keep it off your record. So it's a pretty good deal for those who want to utilize it and who are qualified. And again, I'll look and see, and if it's something that you don't want to do, we're not going to force you to go take a class. We can't make you do that. We can incentivize it. And I think the state of Texas has incentivized that so that people can, get a little more interested in doing that, because the evidence is really clear that when we get a ticket, really, and this statistic doesn't change based on people who are found not guilty at law later, really for all of us, once we have contact with that ticketing system, we're in a position where we grow into the larger group for injury, death, and dismemberment on the roadway. And unfortunately, Texas is number one. We kill more people in Texas on the roadway than any other state, not because we have more people. That determination is actually made like a pro rata. They took that into account, that we have more people, and still it's a number one we're not proud of. And really, person by person is the only way to really look at that. And to think about it. So think about it. If you're qualified, consider it. Because what we know is that if you do that course, you actually move back into the same safety bracket that you were in before you got the ticket. It really is a reset. And, that might not be something you want to do. I'm pretty sure most people don't want to sit through that class, but it's not that bad. So I do look at it periodically. But it's an option, and I'll let you know about that option, okay? And again, that's not to say you can't ask questions. You can. I'm just probably not going to wait for you to. So that's the second option. The third one is what's called a deferred disposition. Now, that's a different little, what I call a creature of the law. So what that is, we make a piece of paper. It's like a contract, okay? And that contract will say, I approve and you agree to do the following list of things to gain a dismissal. That's really what it will say. We'll need to address payment issues, and we'll do that person by person. Sometimes I'm going to require a class, okay? And and maybe I might require a record or a document of some sort. For example, if you've got a problem like your license is a problem, and you do a deferred on that issue. At the end, you'll get a dismissal, but I am going to make you fix the problem on the license, because that way I know we're not coming back again, So what I'll tell you is the trick, Okay, so the trick on the deferred disposition is in a Class C court, you can ask the judge directly for a deferred disposition. Now, you can also ask the prosecutor, okay? But you don't have to get on the not guilty docket and take the prosecutor's time to ask for that. If that's what you're seeking to do, you can plead guilty or no contest and ask. I generally grant those requests if I can. If I feel that I can't, I don't have to explain my rulings and I won't debate them, but I usually will tell you here's why. And so feel free to make that request and we'll talk about it. I'm open to it always. So the way that would look is you would say guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred judge. Okay. And I'll give you my answer right up front. Okay. So that's the third one. Okay. If I agree with your request, then we put that in place. And then you do those things that are listed. You know what they are. They're going to be written down. And at the end of the deferral period, I look, you've done everything you said you would do. I sign a dismissal. So that's what that one would look like. Okay. That's number 3. 4 is teen court. Okay. So the Temple Teen Court is for students, high school, middle school students. It doesn't apply to college. If you're a high school student and I'm not talking to you about being a high school student, let me know. I'm missing something. But I don't know that do we have high school students today? Not everybody's on the visual right now, but if you are, I think we might have one. We'll get to you. Okay. It's similar to a deferred, but it's a little bit different because you're a student. Okay. And what I've learned is over a long period of time is that students do better if they take responsibility for their actions instead of their parents trying to do that for them. Most of the time, mom or dad or guardian wasn't there when whatever happened. Okay? And it doesn't really make sense for then the parent to run ahead and pay a fine. Okay. And I see those students again when their parents pay their fines. With teen court, the parent might have to support a little bit and pay for something, but we try to keep that to a minimum and keep the responsibility on the high front. Okay. Because your parents' money isn't your money, and you probably don't learn the same thing from spending it as they do. All right. So enough said about that. That's the 4th option. And then the 5th option is if you are on the pretrial docket, which is meeting today, and I'm about to get to that docket. Ms. Warren, who you will see her screen, she is our city's prosecutor. And Ms. Warren meets with folks who are, there she is, meets with the folks, good morning, Ms. Warren, who are pleading not guilty. And she is at trial, she is our prosecutor. Okay, so she represents the party that filed the charge. Okay, so you do need to be really clear about who she is and who she represents. Okay. And most people like you are representing themselves, and that's not unusual. So we're very used to that, and we'll just talk to you like a normal person. But what I want to say is if Ms. Warren makes a recommendation for a dismissal, I usually will accept that request, okay, and follow it. But I can't commit Ms. Warren to any course of action, okay? She is an independent party working and representing the state. I am the judge of the court, okay? So I preside over the cases. Ms. Warren represents in my court for the state, and you represent for yourself. Is everybody clear about who's who? All right, because I don't want anyone to be confused by that. She's a very nice person to interact with, I have found, and I have found her to be someone who will treat you with respect if you treat her with respect. And I would expect that from everybody, everyone here, okay? Because I know it's informal, it's Zoom, it feels less formal, but I still treat it like court, and I would hold everyone to that, okay? I need to do a few cleanup things because there are people who I've not yet identified. First, if you're able to go to visual for a moment, and I really don't need you to other than when it's your turn, but I've got folks who are visually invisible, and I'm about to ask people to raise their hand about something. So I'm going to start asking people to start their video if they're not doing it. Thank you. Just briefly, I don't need you to sit there on video the whole time unless you want to. It doesn't bother me one way or another. I like it on when we are talking about your case because it really helps. And I'm going to ask first the person with a phone number ending 716. Could you tell me your name, please? I've asked you to unmute. Tell me your name, please. Hello on the phone. Hello on the phone. Ma'am or sir, who are you? Hello? If you're on the phone, 716, I'm going to actually take you out of the meeting because you're failing to identify yourself. Who are you? Yes. Hello?
My name is Aaron Kennedy. My name is Aaron Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. I do see you
Yes,
on my
ma'am. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I just, I need to know because the public can watch on YouTube, but
Okay.
people don't get to just come in the meeting and start talking. Okay, I'm going to
Yes,
mute you, Mr. Kennedy, but I do have you properly identified now. I know on the phone it's not as easy to manipulate
Thank you.
those
Thank
buttons,
you.
but I'll get back to you. And I also wanted to see who is here for Allzip LLC. Could you put your hand up? I don't know what that means, but they are not waiting. I don't know what that means to say the call would not show up. She's either in the meeting or she's not. Oh, they're not going to be here. They're asking to reschedule.
They just put their letter of rep in this morning,
Mhm.
like literally 10 minutes before we came down here.
Yeah, I get that, but they need to file a motion for continuance if they're not going to be here. I hope someone will let them know that. Just give them a quick shout. Okay, the LLC people are filing for continuance, so we won't see them. Okay, the next thing is I'm looking for Rachel Nicholas. Oh, there we are. Okay, hi, Miss Nicholas. And let's see if I have Amos Sauls. Are you here, Amos Sauls?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
What's your screen like, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Yes, ma'am.
You're Amos Sauls?
No, Aaron Kennedy.
Yeah, I understand that, sir. I'm not asking that.
Awesome.
It's okay. Amos Sauls, are you here? Okay, I believe not here. I'm going to mark a no-show for now. Please understand if you schedule court and you don't show up, you get a warrant. William Curry, could you
Your
raise your
Honor, if I may interject, I think the screen labeled Doreen might be Mr. Saul's, but
I'll
they
check
have
it out.
their mic on mute, so I'm not sure, but I see a wave.
Yes, thank you.
Uh-huh.
On the person with,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, your screen is labeled Doreen.
Yes.
Are you Mr. Sauls?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, all right. I'll just mark you as Doreen at this point so that I don't lose track of you.
Okay.
And I'll mute you again. Thank you. Let's see. I'll just rename you so that I don't lose track. All right. And then Doris Dove. Person labeled Doris Dove. Could you tell me who you are? I'm not hearing back. This is really taking longer than it's ever taken before. Folks, it really will help. I see the Curry family. So
Yes, ma'am. I
Yes.
did want you to skip over us. I know you're going through your list, but we are here.
I have
Christina
a
and
lot of
William.
people today. And you know, it doesn't matter to me if it takes a long time, but I'm sure your time, everyone's time here would be valuable.
Yep, no worries. Just William and Christina were both present.
Yes, I got, thank you. Alcorn, Raquel Alcorn.
We have Eric Connor here.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just go back through. So Doris Dove, let's unmute. And it looks like you are here as Eric Connor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're in the reason you're getting interference is you've got a phone on, you're in twice.
Yeah. Okay. We were having trouble. Let me move away. Yeah. Can you hear me better now, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. So, okay. And then Latoya Brown, if you're here, raise your hand. Latoya Brown. Cordoa Henderson. I think I saw you earlier. There we go. Thank you, sir. Okay. And just one more call for Raquel Alcorn. She has a warrant, so. Which one? There we go. Oh, gotcha. There we go. Thank you, Ms. Alcorn. All right, well, I'll do my best. Okay, so the pretrial docket, I will go ahead and move to the breakout room. And, oh, I'm sorry, let me back up one more time. I did tell you the 5 ways to gain a dismissal, and I know I reviewed that. The last thing I want to tell you is that if you plead not guilty, we are moving that case toward trial, okay? That triggers a response. The state at that point is going to be required to prove their case in court. The first setting we have is a pretrial docket on Zoom, and that is meeting today. And folks are meeting with Ms. Warren in connection to that Zoom. What I will tell you is, if the case gets resolved, we wrap that up today. If the case does not get resolved, we move to the next setting, which is a live pretrial here in the courtroom. At that point, we're assuming cases are going to trial. We're looking at whether that trial is going to be a bench trial, a jury trial. We're looking at pretrial motions that get filed, and we're looking at, when we're bringing in that jury. And then we schedule the jury or the bench trial, okay? So there are 2 settings after this one, a pretrial and the trial, okay? So be aware of that, okay? I get folks who get confused about that. I suspect Court TV is the culprit. They think that you turn it on and it's all an hour start to finish. But if those were real stories, you'd be going through a process very much like this one. So just understand that's how this particular courts work. That's just how courts work. We all have rights, and we don't have those rights if we don't follow that system, okay? And it can feel like a system, and people, sometimes don't like that feeling. But the reality is, if we don't have that system, then we don't have rights, okay? So we're going to respect your rights and follow the law, all right? So be aware of that. Now, I'm going to begin that pretrial docket. What that's going to do is move Ms. Warren into a breakout room, and she'll be there and meet with you, okay? I will do that with her, and then what you will receive when it's your turn is an invite to go into that room. You have to click on that and go into that room, and when you're done, you have to click and come back in, okay? You don't leave the meeting from that room. If you do, we may not have what we need, and if we don't complete your case today or advance it forward, it doesn't just sit there and collect dust. It collects a warrant, okay? So until I have what I need to advance to the next stage, that's part of your rights to speedy trial, by the way, I'm going to, need to visit with you and make sure you're very clear of what's happening, if you have questions, and that the court has what it needs to move forward. Because the solution to not doing that is we try to get you in here, but if we can't, we just take you to warrants at that point. And warrants are a hassle, and they're not convenient, and they're expensive, okay? So I don't have I'm really not interested in signing a warrant for anyone, and especially right now, okay? Probably ever, but right now, not so much, I don't really want to send anybody to jail. I'm not interested in it. It's in a Class C court, it's completely optional. You never have to get a warrant. Okay. When you have a higher level offense, just being accused of that offense, you're going to get a warrant. Okay. It's one of the big differences. Jail time is not a natural occurrence in a Class C court. It's not something we ever need to do. Okay. So stay in communication. If you get off track, if you get lost or confused on the road, stop and ask for directions, right? So that means contact the court. You know, you're in a community service order, you're on a payment plan, you've got a class due, you've got a record due, and you lose your paperwork, or you're looking at it, but you're wondering what am I supposed to do? You pick up that phone and call. If they can't answer over the phone, they'll set you for a meeting with me. Okay? You send us an email, we'll respond. You send us a letter, we'll respond. But if you send those communications and you're not hearing back, maybe we didn't get it. Okay. It's pretty rare that we lose paperwork, but it's happened once or twice in my almost 2 decades now of court. Well, 20 plus years. Okay. It can happen. And the consequence is you head toward warrant. And I'm just not interested in it. But if you make it necessary, well, then I'll go there, you know, but there's no reason to do that unless you choose. Okay, enough said. All right, I'm Judge Person. I'll move the breakout room into existence here. Give me just about a 1 moment, and I'll assign folks to that. So let's see. Open the rooms. And I do have a long list right now, so let me just find everybody. Okay, Ms. Warren, there you go. Thank you very much. And your first person is going to be Marina Mejia. And Ms. Mejia, I'm assigning you to that room. So if you'll head there, thank you. All right. And then I'm going to start with Stephen Turner. Let me find Mr. Turner. There you are, sir. And let me get give me 1 moment, I'll pull your file. I think we'll start picking up some speed here now, but I won't rush anybody, okay? I do want to listen where I need to, but I will have to take it in a legally required order. Let me find Mr. Turner. I knew you were here. Thank you, sir. I'm going to ask you to unmute so we can communicate, okay? Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
Doing fine. Thank you for asking. Just looking at your file, we've got a few things that are just not resolved. And let me take a real quick moment to review. I think on that defective stop lamp charge with Mr. Turner, I don't see a plea. Okay, there is a defective stop lamp charge. It does have a warrant, and it's from November 20th of 2015. If you paid it in full today, which I'm required to tell you, the costs and fines are $327.97. How are you pleading to the charge?
No contest.
Okay, we'll move forward with that. I do want to then ask you, there is a charge driving while license invalid. It's from November 20th of 2015, same stop. The fines and costs are now at $417.17. How are you pleading to that charge?
Say that again, please.
Yes, it's driving with a license invalid from the same stop. The fines and costs are $417.17. How are you pleading to the charge?
Guilty.
I have a balance on an old case that is a speeding charge, and it's 125. It's from November 23rd of 2020. Let me look and see. Is that just going through a driver safety course option?
I believe I paid that in full.
We did receive a payment of 125 on March 2nd, yesterday.
I'm making payments on that, yes, ma'am.
Making payments, okay. What's the payment plan look like, please?
I believe I had 3 tickets for that one.
Yes, one is a no insurance, one is a no license, and I believe those all went into a payment plan yesterday. And I'm just checking on that payment plan. Here it is. I found it. Okay. Are you still at Pactive?
No, ma'am.
Where are you now?
Currently looking for another job. Been out of work for about a week now.
Okay, that just happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's all right.
Okay, so we probably need to address all of these then, because right now you don't have income, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you scheduled to move towards unemployment, or is that maybe in question, or did you have to leave your job, in other words, for something, or? I don't want to get too into your business. I'm just trying to see, where are we in terms of your income?
Hopefully I have a job Monday through a temp service.
Okay. I hope so. Sometimes we get that, and that would be good, and I hope that for you. I'm seeing your payment plan is pretty high at this point. And with that change, I could do one of two things. I can order community service, or I can change this to low payments, do some reductions, and advance you forward overall burden and a lower payment. Or I can shift you just into community service at this point. You're going to know your status a little bit better than I am, so I want your input at this time.
I think I can go with the lower payments, if that's
Okay.
possible.
Yes, of course. What I'm going to tell you is that's fine. Let me get the clerk working on that, and then I have some cautionary words for you, okay?
Yes,
On
ma'am.
those older cases, take the fines down to half, including any NTAF, which I don't know if that's a separate fee now like it used to be. It may just be, I don't know. And just take it off if it's a separate fee. And on the new ones as well. Okay, she's going to work on those reductions so that we can get you a bottom line number. Okay, Mr. Turner. And then what I'm going to say is you just made a payment. So what we'll do is a month from yesterday, we'll do a $50 payment. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll recall your warrants. But I'm going to need you to come by and sign the new payment plan so that we can discard the old one.
I got a question.
Yes.
I went to jail that day in 2015. That doesn't clear those tickets or anything?
If I don't know you're there, or I know you're there, but you never entered a plea on these tickets, I couldn't do it. If you can bring me proof of that incarceration, I can consider it and see if I can do some time served on those. Right? So
Can you tell me how I can get that?
well,
Could you tell me how I could get those records?
where were you? Bell
I
County?
went to Bell County.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the good news for you is it's the only database that they give me the look privilege on. So we're going to look real quickly. The answer to your question is yes, but if I don't have a plea, I can't just enter a plea for someone and find them guilty and time serve them, right? So
Okay.
I didn't have your plea. So even if I knew you were there for something else, I can't clear you because I don't know you're there, or I know you're there, but I don't have your response to your citation. See what I mean?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I can't think about it. If somebody said, oh, I know Steve Turner, He told me to tell you to plead guilty for him. Right? And let's make a criminal record for that person without them here or their consent. Can't do it. So I have to know you're there and I have to have a plea. And then, yeah, I can do it. So I can look after the fact now. You were there a little while because you had a blue. So I can time serve those older cases, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't need to do reductions on these. Okay, so the cases that you entered the plea on today, which is the defective stop lamp case and the DWLI from November 20th, 2015, I can time serve those today, now that I have your plea.
Thank you.
Okay. And then your 3 new cases, I will change your payment plan and I will need to get you to sign that new payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll come by to do that today. Can you get here before noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to change that from $125 to $50 starting April 2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I will get the warrants turned off today. All right, I will have your paperwork at the front desk for you. And Mr. Turner, we're just reducing and changing your payment plan at this point and time serving your old cases. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I will go ahead and release you from court today and remove you from the meeting. If you're able to head on over, please do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I see Miss Warren and I think I see Miss Mejia. Let me find her. She may still be in that breakout room. Nope, she's still in the breakout room.
Actually,
No. Where is she?
there, Marina's iPhone.
Ah,
Mm,
let me clean up the case prior. I'll be right with you all. Thank you. Okay, so we have 2 cases. One is a failing to notify of sterilization, October 3rd. There are actually 2 of those. I assume 2 different animals. And were you all able to speak about that?
Commissioner, and based on our conversation, Ms. Mejia will be changing her plea on both of those to no contest.
Okay,
She also would like a payment plan, but we didn't get into whether she has the ability to pay or request for
right.
community service or anything of that nature.
That's fine, ma'am. The court will address that. Do we have payment application for her? Ms. Warren, your next person will actually be Jose Perez, and I will go ahead and let you move to the breakout room. And Mr. Perez, let me find you. I will go ahead and ask you to join that room. You'll get an invitation here in just a quick moment. And if you'll accept that invitation, it will move you into that room. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Ms. Perez, I'm sorry, Ms. Mejia.
Yes.
I apologize. We don't have a payment application for you. Are you where you can receive a document and print it and fill it out?
Que si puedes recibir un documento. Yes.
Okay. Can we use the email that we used to set this meeting up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to send that to you now, and if you'll print it out, okay, can you then either scan it back to me or take a photo and send it back on that same email?
Yes.
Okay, and then when you've done that, actually, there's a device on this thing called reactions where you can raise your hand or you can stand there and raise your hand because I will see that. So when you're done filling that out and you've sent it back to me, do a hand raise and let me see you, and I'll move back over and we'll look at what should this payment plan be. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. One of the most irritating things about Zoom is that people move around as they move. Okay, so I'll be back with Ms. Mejia in a short few moments. Let's see. And let me move forward. My next person is going to be W.C. Brentham. Mr. Brentham, let me get your case pulled up. Yeah, that law firm, the thing is, I don't let them do that because that just encourages lawyers. And what they'll do is they'll wait. And then they'll go, oh. So that, and then the next thing they'll do is they'll wait to file a continuance until the last minute. And they become habituated toward thinking it's acceptable to treat everybody else's time that way. I just don't want them. Not anymore. Perez pulled up for his phone. Okay, so we're ready for that person. That's where we need to be. I thought Mr. Brentham was scheduled for a pretrial.
Tuesday.
Okay.
I think there was some confusion.
No, it looks to me like actually he needed to fill out a payment application. Yes, Mr. Brentham, it is your turn. And my memory, and I know it was Tuesday, but a lot happens to me every day in court. My memory is she did a reduction on one charge and you entered pleas of no contest to the charges. And I approve that. And we're trying to look at the payment issue at this time. Is that your
Correct.
understanding? Thank you. Okay. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the information you provided on the affidavit is true, correct, and accurate, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. So you're working at Gage Construction?
Yes. At the moment, I've actually taken a leave, but I'm not fired and I haven't quit the job.
Okay. Is anyone else in the home working?
No,
Any children in the home?
no,
And are there any children for whom you are required to pay child support?
nope.
And your girlfriend is living in the home?
Yeah, in and out.
Okay. But not, I assume, then not paying bills right now?
Correct.
Okay. When you receive income, what day is that?
Every Friday.
Okay.
Though I have taken a leave of absence to actually start my own business, and so
Right.
I didn't have a record of what I make because it's just now starting.
Okay. What I'm going to say is tomorrow, I'll need your signature today. And
Okay.
tomorrow, Friday, $50.
Okay.
And that's just once a month per your request. I'll honor that
Okay.
request.
Okay. And when I talked to the prosecutor, she told me that I could take the deal and get the reduction. I then asked if I would be able to reduce it further, and she said that that would be something that I would need to talk to you about. Due to the situation, the time, the COVID, all that stuff, the time of the year, business is slow. The purpose of the citation was to clean up the yard. And whenever I talked to the prosecutor, she said that whenever they gave me the citation, I didn't receive it. They may have left it, though I didn't see the visibility of, hey, you need to clean up the rubbish in the yard. If I would have seen it, well, I wouldn't be here. And so, that's why I was asking if, the whole reason for this was to clean up the yard. I cleaned up the yard, and then I had pictures when I talked to the prosecutor to hopefully reduce it, because at the end of the day, that it's just to keep, everything clean in Temple. And I did that once I found out, hey, you have rubbish. So I took care of that immediately. So that's why I had asked for the further reduction.
Right. She took all the fines off of one case. On the second case, I mean, I'll take $100 off of that case.
I would appreciate it.
Can I get your signature today on this payment plan?
Yes, I can head over there right now.
Okay. All right, we'll have paperwork at the front desk for you, and I'll do that reduction at this time.
Thank you.
Okay. Any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
She's not ready yet. All right. So moving forward, Tristan Long. Here you are, sir. Let me get your file pulled up, okay, Mr. Long? Just take a moment. Mr. Long, give me just a moment. I want to get real clear about what's going on. I think we're looking at financial concerns. Yeah, I'm working with Tristan Long. Oh, and Mr. Brentham, I didn't look. I just was going to take $100 off. Okay.
Exact numbers on it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me ask the clerk a quick question, Mr. Long, and then I'll be right with you. And Ms. Warren, I see you. I'll be right with you. On Mr. Long, do I have a hold on his license?
Yes, he had a warrant, and he is an Omni, so we do have that hold. He's trying to get his driver's license for his job.
Yes.
Right now he's just recalled.
Did we try community service before?
It does not look like we've tried community service.
Okay. All right.
He tried to maybe at one point he was supposed to come and pay like $600 to get the balance on, but community service is not good enough.
So far. Okay. Mr. Long, I'll be right with you with hopefully we can get a solution. Okay. Ms. Warren, I know you were visiting with Mr. Perez. I do have that file pulled.
Okay, Mr. Perez did change both of his pleas to no contest. On the no insurance, he showed proof. So I am going to defer that ticket. He'll pay the $281. On the no driver's license, he's unable to show that proof. And so he's just gonna pay that. And on
Okay,
both of those, he does need a payment plan.
okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Perez, I'll be right with you. Just hold tight. Ms. Warren, your next person is going to be Heather Cruz. There she is. And Ms. Cruz, you'll get an invitation to go into that meeting. And Ms. Warren, I think you're already good. Okay. Mr. Perez, let me look and see, do we have a payment plan on file? Okay, so Mr. Cruz, we don't have a payment plan on file. I mean, a payment application on file. I need to get that from you in order to set the fines up for the deferred as well as the payout. I can email that to you right now, but you'll have to fill it out and get it back over to me. Can you do that? Mr. Perez, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So did you hear my question?
Or is there a way that I could come by the office and fill it out there?
How quickly can you get here? Yes, there is.
Maybe about an hour and a half.
I won't be able to do it that way, no. Hold tight. I'll be right back with you. We'll figure it out. We'll get it sorted out. But I need to get back to Mr. Long first. I'm just gonna do it over the phone with him. I mean, do it over the meeting. So, Mr. Long, we have not tried community service with you. Tell me about your job offer.
So before I lost my job, I was a delivery driver for Amazon.
Okay.
And then the company I worked for went under. And then basically I wasn't invited back until recently. And so I'm trying to go back there to work so that I can start making money essentially again.
Right.
The last time that I came to court, I tried to set up where I could pay like $600 to be able to get it back. And
Yes.
that was right before my company went under. So I couldn't necessarily throw $600 out, not knowing when I'd be working again.
Yes.
And so now that they've asked me to come back, I can afford to put that money out there if I can get my driver's license back. Simply because it means I'll be able to start making money again.
Okay. Are you able to pay anything at this time?
I can honestly pay $600 today if it will get me my license back.
Let me see if I can get you there.
Okay.
I think it's just the two cases. And I think on the FMFR, that's going to be the most bang for the buck because it's got a low court cost. What's the court cost? Sometimes that little pie chart is a little more succinct. It's what? Been partially paid?
Probably paid some on it, yeah. It's only right now, the balance on the court cost is gonna be at 29.17.
Right. And then we've got a collection fee. Okay. But see, that's, to me, there's a fine and everything else is a court cost because I can't waive, for example, the indigent defense fund fee. So I'm trying to find out what is the court cost.
if everything else is, because right now it's the 460, so the fine is 200.
Where's the fine 200 when the fine is 250 by law?
And some of it,
The fine always reduces, gets paid last. There's no way that it was paid before the court costs. I'm thinking that that fine is either wrong or it's taken some of the fine and put it somewhere else. That doesn't make sense. Okay, go back to it and just take it off then. And let's see what that does. He's not currently in warrant, right?
no, it's in the file.
I remember him working for Amazon. Just, yeah. Okay, Mr. Long, I can get you to 627.80.
Like that's what I need to pay?
Yes.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. Are you able to come by to do that?
Yes, I'll come as soon as this ends.
Okay. We'll have that at the front. Okay.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Good luck with everything.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. He's going to pay the 627.80 in full today. Let's see. I thought I saw Miss Warren stepping in. That's all right. Where is Marina Mahas still working on hers? So, Mr. Perez, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're providing is true, correct, and accurate, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The address we have for you is in Salado. Have you moved since then?
No, ma'am.
Okay. My next question is, are you currently working?
Well, I work for a lawn care business.
Okay.
And right now they're barely gonna start picking up work again.
Yeah. Okay, on the deferred, and do you have children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is anyone in the home living with you considered a dependent?
No.
Okay. Do you receive food stamps or any other assistance?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have rent or are you living with family? What's your situation?
Yes, we rent.
Okay, who's we?
My family.
Right, you just told me you didn't have
Well, my
one.
sisters.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have dependents. They're all over 18.
Okay. And so here's the thing with your deferred. If you want to do the deferred, we need to collect that pretty quickly, and that one's 281. The other one I have more flexibility with. What can you pay today towards that deferred?
Could I do 100 a day?
Yes. Okay, when can you pay the balance of 181?
Is there a way I could get it set up on a payment plan, or?
That's not really, because a deferred doesn't last long enough for that. I can give you some time to do it.
Yes,
Which
what's
is
the
same
most?
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
How about April 6th?
April. Yes, that would be good.
Okay. And then after that, the other item, which is the DL item, that's going to turn into a payment plan that pays out, and it will start 2 weeks later after that last payment. So it
Yeah.
will start on the 20th of April.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's going to happen there is it'll be $25 every 2 weeks.
Oh, that would be good.
Okay. So you're going to sign for that. You're going to sign your deferred. We want to see your insurance. Bring it with you when you come up today. Can you
Yes.
get here? Can you get here before noon?
Yes, ma'am. I can do that.
Okay. All right. We'll have your paperwork at the front within, I would say, give us half an hour.
Oh, that would be good.
Okay. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Cruz, I'm asking you to unmute. I know you, Ms. Warren, have visited.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So Ms. Cruz did change her plea to no contest, and
Okay.
she's going to take the 8 hours of the drug and alcohol class for a pretrial diversion dismissal, and it's going to be due by May 4th.
So just let me get real clear. She's taking a class and coming back to see you for a dismissal, or she's
No,
doing
she's just going to take the class, and once she turns in the course, it will be dismissed. But if we need to reset for compliance, that is on a Tuesday. So
yes, I can't leave a case without a next date unless it's done. So about a month is what you want?
I gave her 60 days.
Okay. So let's see, 60 days, May 4th. And is that a date? It's a pretrial. It would appear to be. So we'll reschedule you, ma'am. We do need to get your signature on that for May 4th. Okay.
Okay.
And do you have from Madam Prosecutor, do you have what you need to find the class that you need?
Yes, and I'll get that paperwork to Ms. Cruz. She gave me her email address.
Okay.
And Ms. Cruz, if you complete that class before, you can turn that paperwork in.
Okay.
If you turn it in early enough and I'm able to sign that dismissal from Ms. Warren beforehand, you won't need to be in the meeting. But if
Okay.
that case is still pending the day of that hearing, you'll need to come in and see if we've had a problem.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Can we email you the reset form and have you sign it and get it back to us today?
Yes, ma'am. I can do that.
Okay. Okay. We need your signature returned today on that reset.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you, Ms. Warren. That one. Ms. Cruz, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll go ahead and remove you from the meeting. We'll email the reset to you, and I
Mhm.
believe Ms. Warren will email you the course that she's talking about. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. And Ms. Warren, that would mean your next person would be Haley Eliason.
Okay.
Eliason, maybe, perhaps. And I'm looking, there she is. So I will invite Ms. Eliason to the breakout room. And Ms. Eliason, if you will just accept that invitation, thank you. Let's see, now we've got Mr. Prado resolved. And we also have resolution on this cruise. Haley Eliason, we pull her file for later. And that means I'm going to move to, let's see. Mr. Long has been resolved. Joshua Schmidt, let me find you, sir. Thank you. Let me get your file, Mr. Schmidt. It will just take me a quick moment. Mr. Schmidt, the charge is a public intoxication charge. If you paid it, it is $296. Did you understand the options for pleading of guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes.
Okay. How are you pleading to the charge itself?
No contest.
Okay. It's a first offense. Have you ever had a charge like this before?
No.
Okay. They didn't arrest you. They released you to a family member, I believe. Am I correct?
Yes, my brother.
Okay, that's great. Glad somebody was there for you. What I'm going to ask you is, it does look like right now, at least as of February 23rd, you were looking for work. Has your status changed yet?
I had a job interview yesterday, which was pretty promising.
Good, good.
But today this is my priority.
Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do is, are you requesting a deferred to keep the item off of your record?
I'd like it to be off our record.
With first offenses, I typically coach you a little bit on that because people don't always know what to do. And on this one, I would say I would grant it. I will order community service because I don't think that you have the ability to make payment.
I have zero money right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a job interview yesterday and hopefully that'll go through.
Okay. So I would go ahead and order community service and it will be 14 hours. The city is one of the providers on the community service list. You don't have to work with them. You can, but you'll sign a waiver saying, you know, that if you work with them, they don't have coverage if you're injured. Your deferred will be for 120 days. And if you do not reoffend and you turn your community service in on time, then I will dismiss your charge. Okay. So it won't be a conviction on your record.
All right.
Okay. Can you come by the court today before noon to sign your final paperwork?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. When you get to the front desk, review your paperwork before you sign it and get really clear about what you're needing to do. The main thing is don't get any more tickets or offenses. Turn your community service in on time. Stay out of trouble. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Head on over to the court, okay? Okay?
Yes.
Let's give him 16. Yeah. I think he was having some trouble following the proceeding.
Okay.
Um, okay. I need to check in quickly. Ms. Mieha? Marina? I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah, are y'all still working on paperwork?
We just emailed it.
Okay, great. We'll be back with you shortly, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to move forward then and let's see, Mr. Schmidt. Looking to talk to Aaron Kennedy. He was on phone. Let me get your file pulled, Mr. Kennedy. Work on unmuting your phone if you would, and I will get your case pulled. Mr. Kennedy?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get my payment plan back on.
You're not in a moving vehicle, are you?
Ma'am?
You're not in a moving vehicle, are you?
No, ma'am.
Great. So give me one moment. I no longer have a printout for payment plans or so we need to
It's the white paper with my court stuff on it.
You can turn his television off.
I don't see no paper. What I put down.
No, it's not. You're still muted. Okay.
Okay, are you ready, Mr. Kennedy?
It wasn't you. Somebody else she asked.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you still, yeah, there's a lot of noise in your background. Are you able to hold still for a moment and visit?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Okay. So you submitted an affidavit to us?
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday.
Okay, great. And so you are working with CPI products?
Yes, but with the coronavirus, the hours then went down a little bit. We had
Gotcha.
like 30 hours now.
Okay. So you proposed to pay $25 a month. Is that correct?
Yes, I was trying to get my old payment plan reinstated.
Is that what we were doing before? You can save me a minute
Yes,
looking.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm willing to reinstate that. If you feel like you can do that, then let's go ahead and set it there. You can always
Thank you.
pay more if you and get it done faster. Okay.
Got you. Yes.
Can you make a payment today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then it'll just always be on the 4th after that, okay?
Okay.
Can you come by and sign for that?
Yes, ma'am. I can be down there. Give me an hour, and I'll be down there.
Okay, we'll have it at the front desk for you, okay?
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, you
God
take
bless
care. All right.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hilarious. Okay. So we're going to move on. Let me get him crossed off the list. Eric Connor. Mr. Connor, I'll be right with you if I see you.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. That's right. And so I will be right there. I'm going to visit with Miss Warren briefly, and then I'll move right into your matters, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Eliason, is it Eliason?
Yeah, you have it right, Eliason.
Okay. So there was a speeding charge, and you and Miss Warren have visited. Ms. Warren, what say you?
So Miss Eliason did change her plea to no contest,
Okay.
and I'm going to offer her deferred.
Okay.
She does need a little time to pay, but can pay within 30 days. So I made the due date April 2nd because the 4th is on a Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. So it's a 90-day deferred, excuse me.
Okay. Ms. Eliason, I'll accept that. Will that work for you?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you come over and sign your deferred paperwork this morning?
I'll try my best. I am.
Can't do it. I can't do the court date is when she does her best. So
Okay.
I need it today. What time today?
What time?
Yes.
Let me check my schedule. I am technically working from home at the moment, so.
I get that.
Let's
That's why we're flexible on your lunch break.
Okay, I'll try to get there within the next hour. If not, it will probably be around noon, if that's okay.
That's fine. By noon is fine.
Okay, and is that?
I'll just put by 1.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
I'll put by 1.
That'll be good. Give me a little buffer. Is that at the courthouse, Your Honor?
Yes, on
Okay.
3rd Street, 401. And you'll come to the door. We've just got the protocol in place for COVID. So we are still under court order.
Yeah.
So just come prepared for that. But we'll have your paperwork at the front desk.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Warren, I will move you back in, and the next person coming your way will be Ms. Lugar. I hope I said your name right, Ms. Lugar. Did I get it close?
It's Luger.
Lugar. Okay. You'll get an invitation. You'll need to accept it and go into that room. Okay. All right. Right. 30 days. Yes. Okay. And I'm working back with Mr. Connor. And then Ms. Neha, I'll get right to you next, but I'm going to go ahead and work with Mr. Connor. Mr. Connor, give me just a quick moment. I thought I'd already told him. Apparently not. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let me just get a moment to review. It looks like there's a no insurance charge that has fines. Mr. Connor, can you
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am, I'm moving around to keep reception.
Okay. He sent in an insurance card. There's no way I can read that. I'm reviewing the information you submitted regarding your insurance. So give me just a moment to do that.
Mhm. People are moving. No, the people are moving in the background. It's on right now. She's looking at the insurance stuff.
Does it have an effective date? Oh, okay. And his stuff was, it's 1 day. The other case is going toward resolution. Is that right? Because it's a, okay. Oh, that's an old case. Okay. Mr. Connor, let me look and see. There was no accident. Am I correct in my assumption? He's having connectivity issues. Okay. I'm trying to find my prosecutor file. Dismisses. Give me just another moment. How lengthy is that insurance? Does it reflect a 3-month coverage?
Yeah, I think it went to July.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah, it goes to July 30th.
Okay. So you've got some good news, Mr. Connor.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have an exception that I have worked out with the prosecutor. And what we've done is decided that for folks who have not had a lengthy problem, they don't have a lot of cases, they're not a habitual violator, they got insurance ticket and they got their insurance covered within 24 hours and it reflects a 3-month period of insurance and there was no accident. She allows a single dismissal once every 24 months. You fall into that category. So I will be signing that dismissal this morning. Okay.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Do I need to go up there?
No, you don't. We can email a copy to you later today. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You're good to go.
Okay, you be blessed.
Thank you. I will, let me do that right now. Haven't used one of those in a long time. Starting to feel like record again. All right. There's that one. Mr. Connor is resolved. I'll move to Cordova Henderson shortly, but first I want to visit first with Ms. Warren and her next person, and then with Ms. Mejeha. Let's see. So there's Ms. Lugar. She's good. Let me get her unmuted. Okay. So my notes indicate we're here regarding a speeding charge. Ms. Lugar, Ms. Warren, have y'all been able to visit?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Lugar did change her plea to no contest.
Okay.
And she can make the $254 payment today on a deferred.
Okay. And okay, she's not Under 25, I'm sorry. You look quite young, and I thought there's a different provision that I have to do there. Are you able to swing by and just get get a copy and sign today?
I work in Waco, but I can leave early so I can get there around like 4 o'clock.
Okay, I've got another idea that we could email it to you and you sign it and scan it back over to us.
Even better.
Okay, and then you would call and make payment today. Okay, we'll scan that over to you within the next few moments.
Sure.
And we'll get you toward resolution, okay?
Great.
It's a good behavior type thing, so no more citations, and that will keep it off your record, okay?
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Lugar. I'll remove you from the meeting. Look for the email. If you don't hear within 30 minutes, give us a call and check on things.
Okay.
And you can call in about 30 minutes too as well and make that payment as well. Over the
Thank
phone,
you.
or they'll coach you how to do it online.
Okay.
Thank you. Add over to you. Ms. Warren, I'll be right with you. I'm signing Ms. Haley's paperwork. On Ms. Haley's paperwork, sorry, Ms. Eliason's paperwork, I'm just going to note your approval, Ms. Warren.
Okay.
Okay, we're good there. And your next person, Ms. Warren, will be Rochelle Nicholas, excuse me.
Okay.
So I will locate that person first. There she is. Great. Moving that to room 1. And ma'am, if you'll just accept that invitation, she'll work with you then. Okay, and I want to go to Ms. Marina Meha. Thank you. Ms. Meha, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're providing is true, correct, and accurate, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mis lápiz.
Okay. Ms. Meha, your proposal was for $100 a month, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I will grant that. Can you make a payment today when you come by to sign for it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have that at the front desk for you.
Okay.
Okay. Today. You can always pay early and get done faster.
Okay.
Okay, come on over to the court now. We're ready for you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I am moving forward. Let's see, let me get that crossed off. Let's see. She's in with. I am going to move into talking to Henderson. Hi, Mr. Henderson.
Hey, how you doing, Judge?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Nice day.
Yeah, I think it's looking good out there. Give me just a moment. Let me see where we are on these cases. That looks done. Okay, we just have a new charge. Mhm. Okay.
And I guess and he's on a payment plan. He came in or he called, I think, and he talked to Aaron, and he does have a petition for a occupational driver's license, but at the time he was stopped. He did actually go down to DPS and get the actual hard copy.
Right.
And so when he was stopped, he was actually driving not in the occupational licensing timeline. So I think that's what he cares about.
Okay. Do we have a copy of it?
The occupational license?
Yeah. I'm printing out your occupational license that we have on file.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we're going to talk about it. So give me just a moment. That's his petition. On the citation code. Oh, thank you. You anticipated me. It was at 10:30 maybe. Officer noted it, in fact. Okay. Right now, there's two things I want to address with you. I understand you have, or you might be trying to see if we can reverse the conviction in the case, which I'm not going to be able to do that. But I did notice that they scheduled you for a payment plan, and I'm seeing that that is a financial hardship, and that I should really be considering community service. So I want to also talk to you about that.
Well, I mean, here's the issue with the, with the reversal that, I was kind of seeking, was because the reason being is because when the officer pulled me over, I was under the impression that the citation that I received was for speeding, not for driving while license invalid, which is what is on the citation. And the officer that pulled me over did not make me aware that that was pretty much the what he was citing me for, because I do have an occupational driver's license, and on the form it clearly states that driving is restrict for traveling to and from work, essential duties, medical issues, and things like that.
Yeah, I'm reading it. The ticket we received is pretty clear, spells out the DWLI and says at the bottom, driving out of restriction with occupational driver's permit.
But how is that valid if my form clearly states that? I mean, I can drive to and from work, school, and essential
Well, I
duties.
guess my question to you is, why come in and enter a plea? You're moving and I can't read it. Did we not get a plea from him? Is there nothing on there that talks about it?
Yes, ma'am. No, I understand that because I have a copy. I have a
Right.
copy here as well, but this is not.
It doesn't say it's a speeding ticket.
No, that's because this is not the original copy. I got this yesterday when I came to the courthouse.
Okay.
This is my original copy, and if
Okay.
you can see on there, it doesn't
I
specify.
might be able to if you'll hold still.
As you see on there, it doesn't specify anything because you can't even read it. The print is not even there. So
I understand, and being real aggressive with me is not going
I'm
to
sorry.
engage
I'm
my
sorry.
logic. So back off, because I'm going to stay real logical with you, okay? And I can see that you're concerned, and I will address it, okay? Give me just a moment, because I'm also piecing together what you've already been through, so you know about it, but I don't. So let me get there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I will. Okay, so he just came in and got a payment plan. Okay. Sure. But his ticket, see, it's pretty clear to me that he wrote one thing and then he changed up. And I think the interest of justice, I need to look at it. Mr. Henderson, I would like you to, where are you located? I'm sorry.
I'm in Temple.
Okay. Do you have the ability to scan that into like an email and send that over to the court helpline?
What are we scanning? The original citation or?
Yes, your copy. I want to look at that. Yeah.
I would have to go to maybe like a Staples or Office Depot.
Can you
or
just
something.
bring it by and we'll make a copy?
That'll probably be easier, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to also reschedule this hearing. I want a couple of weeks to lay this out and see if there's any relief that we can give you for this. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I want a copy of that in order to put it in the proper context.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you can hold me accountable because I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
I think I've got a sense of what I need to look at, and I just need the context of what you were given and what you
Yes.
came in with. Okay?
For sure. For sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And then we'll visit again in a couple of weeks, and I will have done some work on it by then.
So when I come in here in a few moments, can I, should I get the time and date as far as like, when you want to reschedule?
Yeah, you're gonna sign for that and you'll have it in writing.
Okay,
And it'll be another Zoom meeting like this one, okay?
okay, yes, ma'am,
Okay,
thank you.
and then tell them the judge wants a copy of this. They'll copy it, give it back to you, and they'll put it in my box for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you, sir. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm gonna make a motion for that. I think that he thought he had a speeding ticket. I would have thought he had a speeding ticket. But I would want to look at it in full first, of course, but let's see, let me find this. Nicholas, I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Hello.
Hi, Ms.
Morning.
Nicholas. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Y'all were visiting about a disregarded signal at a railroad crossing.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Nicholas did change her plea to no contest.
Yes.
She's going to take defensive driving, and she can have the money and her documentation by March 19th.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Okay.
This is Nicholas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, just one moment.
Okay.
Can we do DSC on that one?
Put it in that bucket right there. Everything's got to get out.
What are the court costs? Okay, what are the court costs? 144. Okay, and so I'm sorry, back up. When is the 144 being paid for the driver safety course option?
March 19th.
Okay, so Ms. Nicholas, we're going to need to give you a reset.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
To that March 19th date. And are you in a position where we could send that to you and you could sign it and scan it back over to us? Print it, sign it, scan it back?
Can I print it, sign it, and scan it? Can I print it, sign it, and scan it? Oh, yeah, I can go somewhere and do it.
Yes, or you could come by the court and we could do that here.
Okay.
Yes, can you come
ma'am.
by noon?
I can probably print it, scan it, do the scanning and get it done today.
Yeah, you can just come by the court and do it. Can you come by noon?
Yes, ma'am. By noon,
Okay.
I gotta be there by noon.
We'll see you then, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And
Thank
this
you.
is in Temple on 3rd Street?
Yes, right across from the central fire station,
Yes, ma'am. I'll be right there.
where the water bills get
Nicholas,
paid.
I believe you had a question for the judge.
Yes, ma'am. So I was sitting at a railroad crossing and
yes.
I just.
I meant you asked about completion of the course.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to tell the whole story.
No.
So can I get that course done before the 19th? Or do I have to do it after? No, after?
Should be after.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I'll be there in a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Ms. Warren, your next person is Amos Sauls. Mr. Sauls? Mr. Sauls?
Can you hear?
Yes, sir, I can. Thank you. You're going to get an invitation to go to a breakout room, and Ms. Warren will be in there to visit with you, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. There we go. All right. Alcorn. Let's see. Miss Alcorn?
Yes.
Give me just a moment to get your file pulled up. Have I visited with her regarding these? I think they're all pending, right?
Nothing for now. There's only one. And then the one that is the $39 pay, looks like she did a good job.
Got it. Okay. All right, I'll go in order as best as I can do. These are old things dating back, okay? And what I'd like to do today is get you moving in the right direction to get resolution, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I have one case from 2014 that you time served. There's a small balance on it that I can look at with you of $39. But I'm just that was an older thing for a driving while license invalid. The next thing I would visit with you about is from 2016 in June. There was a speeding charge June 7th, and that one is 438.10. How are you pleading to the charge itself, the speeding?
I'm guilty.
Okay. There is another speeding charge. I'm sorry, from that stop, there's an invalid license charge, and it's 456.17. How are you pleading to that charge?
Guilty.
From that same stop, a failure to display the license, and that one is 369.20. How are you pleading to that charge?
What failure to display?
Not showing the license at the time of the stop.
Because I didn't have one.
Right. But we're required to show it.
Oh, okay. Not guilty. I mean guilty. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then the next stop is November 7th of 2018, a couple of years later. And that one begins with a school zone speeding charge. And right now it's set at 425.10. To that speeding charge, how are you pleading?
Guilty.
And then on that stop, an expired license, and that one is 323.57. How are you pleading?
Guilty.
And then again, same stop, a no insurance charge, and that one is 456.30. How are you pleading?
Guilty.
Okay. And then we had one more that we filed one time, which is called violating the promise to appear. When we sign our ticket, we're committing, knowing that it's not really a commitment. We're acknowledging that we have a duty to show up to court. And we just filed for a misdate from that 2018 charge, and it's 434.20. How are you pleading?
Guilty.
Okay. Because I've had some time served with you in the past, I'll ask this just to see if I can help. Have you been to jail at all since the time of these stops? Maybe.
I believe so, but I don't know exactly when.
Okay. Was it Bell County Jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can look at their database. Let me see if there's any relief for you, and we'll start there. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Just hold on a moment. I'll be right back with you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have a clerk pull that up and see what I can do first. Okay. I think Mr. Saul's hung up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you could give me the tenor of what happened there and I can reach out to him.
And so he did change his plea to no contest.
Okay.
And in exchange, I reduced one of the rubbish to $81 in cost on the January 12th ticket.
Okay.
And then on the December 16th rubbish ticket, he'll pay the full $581.
Okay.
He has complied. I did explain to him that he needed to come back into the room, but I think he was having technical difficulties.
Yeah, he had someone there helping him. There's a February 2nd charge as well. Was that part of y'all's conversation?
No, and it's not on my docket. I do know it's a rubbish charge.
Yes.
Okay. I do know that he's complied because I have talked to the
code officer.
Yes. And so we can add that 581 and then still leave but I guess he'll have to agree. I told them if they got disconnected to call back, but we may have had technical difficulties before he got that.
Okay. I'll run that down. I appreciate you telling me what's going on with that one.
Okay.
And the court will take it on to go from here and pull you back in if we need to.
Okay.
I think we're down to your last two folks. This is William and Christina Curry. I'm thinking they might be married, but they could just be related the way. But in any event, they appear to be here for
We're unmuted.
a rubbish charge. Do you have any objection? Well, there's also a no insurance charge on William, but are y'all a married couple?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any objection to working with them together?
No.
Okay. They're on the same call, so
okay.
Logical, but I just wanted to check with state. Okay. Y'all will receive an invitation to a breakout room that's coming your way now.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Warren. Thank you, Mr. and Ms. Curry. Okay, Ms. Alcorn, let me take a good look. Thank you. Yeah, I think he got disconnected and I'm waiting to see if he pops back in. If not, we'll call him at the end of the proceeding. He's in compliance, and if he pleads no contest to the newer one, it can move forward and I can do a reduction and set him on a payment plan. Yeah, I've got his income information. Okay, Ms. Sauls, I have some okay news. One is that I can, sorry, wrong person. Ms. Alcorn, are you
Yes,
still
ma'am.
working? Thank you. Are you still
Yes.
working at William Courtney?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working PRN. I had to go PRN.
Okay, yeah. So your 2014 charge, I can time serve and waive that hold on your license. The 2016 charge, I can time serve those cases and waive the hold. So 4 of these cases I can close out today, okay?
Okay.
With time service. The 2018 charges, your last jail event was in 2017. So it predates, and I can't time serve the 2018 charges. I am going to look at your income though, because I think I'm actually going to be able to either order community service or do some reductions. Yeah, I think Mr. Souls is back on. Trying to get them back in. There we go. The Social Security for your kids, what is that amount?
It's 12 a month. It's
Okay.
for survivor benefits.
And you're in charge of your grandchildren, right? They all live with you and you're the guardian?
Yes, ma'am.
Eight grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see. 3, 7. Okay, so Ms. Alcorn, I'm showing that I can order community service on the remaining items.
Okay.
If I do that, I give you triple credit up front. Let me get a calculation of what that would be. That would leave you with a balance that would go to 43 hours of community service. We could start with 60 days and you can do it at any nonprofit. You just can't get paid to do the hours that you turn in for us.
Okay.
And if you need more time, I can actually give you more time. I just need to see some progress on your due date or before, or if there's no progress, tell me what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll work with you. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any health issues that I need to take into account?
No.
I'm gonna, we have active warrants right now? I want to recall your warrants. I just need a signature today on that you're gonna do the hours, and there's a waiver form for you to sign
Okay.
and a packet for you to pick up to keep track of your hours. It gives you instructions on how to get started, where to go, and things like that.
Okay.
Essentially, I let you pick because you know your life and your schedule, and I don't.
Okay.
And you can find something that's interesting that works with your schedule and get it done and get it turned in, and I'll zero out your balance. If you
Okay.
can't get it all done by your due date, which right now, 60 days from today is May 4th, then what you're going to do is either come up here or email us and say, here's what I've done, here's where I'm going, this is how to verify it, and I need X amount of time to get it done. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank
Okay?
you. Mhm.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yeah, you're going to clear a bunch of stuff up today, 6 cases, 7 cases actually. And then the
Okay.
remaining few, we're going to handle this way.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Again, just stay in communication. And if you get any more tickets, ma'am, come on in. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Email us. If you can't physically come in, just email. And, you know, I will work with you. I know busy schedules. I'm hoping that as we open back up, I'm still going to be able to do online court because it works a lot better for working folks. And I'll be trying to do that. So as long as the law doesn't prevent me and people don't object, I'll probably be doing it. So that way you can be at work and just step out, or you can be in, you know, wherever people are. Some people aren't even in the state, you know. So I'll be trying to keep it convenient and still let people have access to the court too. Okay.
Okay,
So
thank
just
you.
stay in touch with us so we don't go down this road again. Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Once you get those hours turned in, I can release your license so that you can get one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Can we look for you before noon?
Yes, I'm on my way now.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Grandchildren, I would kill my children for that. That's rough. Okay, let's see. So we've got Miss Alcorn resolved. That's great. And I'm trying to talk to the person named Doreen. I believe that's Mr. Sauls.
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, I sure can.
I can't, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry y'all got disconnected for whatever reason. Okay, I did visit with the prosecutor and I have a couple of questions. Okay, is Mr. Sauls available?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are y'all on a phone or just having difficulty connecting?
AC, computer.
Okay,
Amen. Okay.
okay. So it sounds to me like you've made a lot of progress and everything is back where it needs to be. Everything's been cleaned up,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
And sorry?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And there were 3 cases for the rubbish charge. And the way that the prosecutor explained it to me is you've changed your plea on each of those to no contest.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
she did reductions on 1. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and enter those pleas. I'm going to do a reduction on the 3rd one, the new one, to $100 plus costs. And I'm going to do a further reduction on the new one that got filed
Yes, ma'am.
down to the court costs plus $100. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And then she took 1 fine off completely and left 1 fine on. Mr. Sauls, I'm still showing though, even with your retirement, that you would have difficulty making payment. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on for a sec. And I'm concerned about sending you to do community service. Okay. So tell me about your health situation.
Well, I got asthma and COPD, and I'm a cancer survivor. Cancer survivor.
What kind of cancer did you have, sir?
Stomach cancer.
Oh my gosh, that's a rough one. How long ago was that?
It's been 7 years now.
Okay. And so you're considered a survivor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of treatment did they give you?
They gave me chemo.
That has a lot of long-term problems that you get from it, right?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sauls, I don't think that I can collect payment from you. I think it would be too tight a squeeze to try to do that.
Right. Sure would.
Yeah. And I don't think I can send you to do community service. I'm really glad you cleaned up your property.
Yes,
I think you know the best way to stay out of trouble with that now, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to waive your fines and costs today. I don't feel that I can get them from you in the methods that I have available, and I'm not willing to send you to jail. So with that today, while I'm entering convictions, your cases are completed. Okay?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay. You take care, okay?
Okay, and thank you a lot.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Ms. Rodriguez, I'll be with you shortly. If you're able to work on your visual and get your video and your self unmuted, that would be very helpful. You know, I've learned I don't have to make the hardship finding, by the way, but I'm still going to do it for now. But I actually don't have to do that.
Your home is the one they send you.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, good morning.
Good morning.
How old are you today?
16.
Okay, you have a parent with you?
Yeah, she's right here.
Okay, and what's your mom's name?
Isabel?
And Ms. Isabel, are you Isabel Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Carolina, you were charged with first no driver's license on December 29th. The costs and fines, if you pay that, are $181. Did you understand the earlier discussion about guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any questions about what those pleas mean?
What does no contest mean?
So it really means like it sounds, not contesting it. So it means I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no, I'm just not contesting it. Let's move forward.
Okay.
How are you pleading to that charge?
Guilty.
Okay. And there is a no insurance charge from that same stop. The fines and costs are $281. How are you pleading to that charge?
Guilty.
Okay. And then there is a red light charge for running a red light, and it is $269. How are you pleading to that charge?
Guilty.
Okay. Are you in the process of getting a license?
Yes, I'm in the process.
Okay. Where are you in that process?
I just got my permit certificate.
Okay.
And we made an appointment to go and get it, and it's on April 28th.
Okay. So you've done all your preparatory work for that. You just are pending your test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did your family have insurance on the vehicle you were driving that day?
Yeah.
Was it valid on the 29th of December?
Yes.
Okay. And so we would look at teen court, okay? With teen court, you pay a $20 fee per case. That would be $60. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then bring your permit with you when you come today.
Okay.
I want your final license on probably the 30th, a couple days after you do your test. Yes, the 30th of April. And then you're gonna take one more class for me.
Okay.
And if you pay your fees, get your class done and turned in on at the same time, which is going to be due April 30th.
Okay.
And we'll have a list of the class. We'll have a handout for you. Okay. Turn in your insurance, your permit, your license, and your class, and your final license. Then I will dismiss these tickets.
Dice que tú no estás en la aseguranza, ¿eso cuenta o no?
I'm not in the insurance. Does that count or no?
It's fine. I just want to see it.
Okay.
You will be.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you come by in the next couple of hours to sign your documents?
Also, can I, when I go over there, can I get a card for the school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You can get a note for being in court today.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all head on over if you can.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. and Ms. Curry, Ms. Warren, let's begin with Ms. Curry since she just has the one charge, if I could.
Yes, Ms. Curry actually received that citation on the same day as Mr. Curry for the same violation. So
Okay.
I'm dismissing that ticket.
Okay. And you'll send that over to us?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll send a copy to Ms. Curry through email.
And then Mr. Curry had previously paid a rubbish ticket. This is his second, and he is in compliance. They showed proof. And so I reduced that ticket, and he would owe $381, $300 in the fine, and $81 in costs.
Okay. Okay. And there is a no insurance charge as well for him. I don't know if that was pending on your docket. It doesn't look like it.
It is on my docket, and I made a mistake on another one. We'll talk about that one, but it is on my docket, but there's a judgment on it.
Okay.
The one that I see in the computer. I was going to ask if you would verify that, but when I went in to the system, it looks like it's already been taken care of.
Okay. It doesn't look that way from what I've been. Let me look and see.
I see that.
Let me get that pulled up and we'll check it out. While we're pulling that, Mr. Curry, on the 381, do you need more than 30 days to make payment?
30 days is fine.
Okay.
I mean, if I could get more than 30 days, it would help to alleviate some of the cost of that. But
okay,
that's at your discretion.
Yes, it is, but I'm okay with that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, ma'am.
Okay. What happened with the insurance case, for everybody's benefit, is it was put on the docket and then proof was provided and I signed that dismissal and it was entered after we'd all printed everything up. So that case is no longer pending. It's been dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. So on the 381, your proposal on your affidavit to pay was $100 a month. And
yes, ma'am.
if you name the best date to do that, I can approve that, no problem.
Let's say the 15th of each month works for us.
Okay. Can you come sign for that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we'll have that at the front desk for you and they'll print out your dates and that'll just be once a month. Okay.
Understood.
All right. If you'll head on over, we'll have that ready for you.
Okay. Will do, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am and sir.
You guys have a good day.
Have a good day.
Enjoy.
Good luck to you.
Ms. Warren, I have one more person to visit with. Let me just see that we're still pending there. Ms. Smith, are you still online? Hi, ma'am. Let's see. We just have the one case, and it is for It is for driving with an invalid license, and a plea has already been entered. And when I looked at your file, I did get your message you emailed, and you were asking for $60 a month, but your only income was child support. And, you know, while I can approve that, I also could just change that to community service. And
How many, oh, sorry.
how many hours? That's a great question. Of course, everybody wants to know. So let me give you that. So that would be, whoops. $23 hours.
23 hours. And okay. Those are available to do on the weekend, do you know?
So here's what I do. I give you a long list of places that are friendly to it, and I let
Okay.
you go sort that out, because those things come and go and change. People
Okay.
have different lives, and if I tried to manhandle each person's community service, we would literally never get it done. So
Yes,
I'll give you 60 days, and if you don't get it done within the 60 days, you apply for an extension, which I always grant, bar something very unusual, as long as you're staying on time and showing some progress. If you get it
Okay.
all done, then I just release everything and clear your balance. I'll recall your warrant or keep you from having a warrant today, but I don't
Awesome, thank
release the license though until I get the case cleared.
Okay, awesome.
All right. So I will order those 23 hours, and I need you to swing by though and sign for everything today. Can you
Okay,
do
yes,
that?
ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay. It'll only take a few moments, and we'll have a list of places for you that you can, you know, figure out what's going to work best for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Head on over. And Ms. Warren, we were able to communicate with Mr. Sauls.
Okay.
He is a cancer survivor. He has a nurse full-time. He has not enough income to satisfy a judgment.
Oh.
And so he was a waiver today.
Oh, okay. And
I
I
had
did see that extra case
Yes.
on my little second page. So yeah.
We got him resolved. He pled to that.
Okay.
He was good. What can I do for you?
I was gonna
What's going
tell
on?
you that.
Sorry?
I was gonna tell you that because earlier I said I didn't see the third one. And
Okay.
I didn't see it.
We
Okay.
anticipated you. We got you done.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need anything else from the court today?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time
right.
today. Hope
Thank
you have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ms. Gonzalez, I'm